Over 10 days in July 2026, a group of 13 pilgrims from around Australia travelled to the Solomon Islands to mark the end of the 175th anniversary celebrations of the Anglican Board of Mission Australia. The story of ABM began with a group of bishops in Australia deciding to raise funds for a mission ship for the fledgling church in Melanesia. Over 175 years, that partnership and friendship has endured and has grown through good times and through many challenges. The theme of our pilgrimage was Come and See. And over 10 days we visited many sites of importance to the Church of Melanesia and projects funded in partnership with ABM. We visited schools and clinics, environmental and food security projects, and the homes of the religious orders. We walked together, worshipped together, ate together, and shared stories together. And like true pilgrims, we returned home changed by the experience, with full hearts and many stories to tell.
The greatest joy that I have had is the joy of community. It is wonderfully hospitable, all-embracing. It welcomes you. You feel a part of it when you walk in the door. You are not forgotten. You are identified. You are welcomed with a handshake. It is really refreshing. They welcome us here and we are part of them and they embrace us. It is family in action.
One of the highlights for me was when we had the opportunity to visit the headquarters of the Melanesian Brothers and to be worshipping with 80 novices and a dozen or so brothers, the sound just lifting to heaven.
People here have been singing from the very early years of life because everybody knows their harmonies and their parts, and there's no director standing out the front. It just sort of organically happens, and it just is so beautiful and moving.
Everybody is part of the church. We're not just a small subset. The church is the foundation of the community here. They've built a lot of the infrastructure. They still are the glue that holds this community together.
The highlight has been the people and how they incorporate their faith into every moment, every day. You see crosses all along the road, you see chapels everywhere you go, you see Christian slogans on everyone's t-shirts, and the smiles and the joy and the hospitality has been absolutely indescribable.
For me, coming back to the Solomons is coming home. And the people I meet are like my larger family. And it's so inspiring to see the faith and the life and the compassion in the church here.
The thing that has absolutely caught me about my time here worshipping with the Solomon Islanders is their wonderful natural devotion. Maybe it's because they live closer to the earth and closer to the sea. They have a sense of the presence of God and the conviction of the Holy Spirit being with us. They're full of holiness and joy.
Something that did challenge me when I first got here was the poverty, but it was soon changed into all the joy that you could see in their faces, and the singing and everything like that was just uplifting.
The faith of this community has been absolutely overwhelming. It's in every mortal aspect of their life, from the sisters, from the brothers, to the church, to the glorious music that has resounded in the congregations. Something that totally surprised me and has really given me pause to think is the very, very real effects of climate change. I would have considered myself a climate change skeptic. I came here and I have been absolutely chilled to see what has happened to all the foreshores, to all the beaches, all the surrounds of the islands. And that's given me really a lot to think about when I go back to my very privileged life.
We visited a school. They didn't have the necessary basics that we wouldn't have even thought about in Australia. The lack of resources is overwhelming, and small things will make a difference.
I leave here with a sense of how well off, privileged I am. There's a huge contrast between what I take for granted and what I see here.
Visiting the St Clair's clinic in Taranyari. What they can manage to do to look after the people in that community with so little is really quite astounding. There's a lot of need, and it's just a small amount could make a big difference.
I felt called to this pilgrimage. It's produced an overwhelming love and passion for me. I'm on another mission.